Hey everyone, it is me again. I am going to do not a house update, I almost messed that up. I'm going to do a solar update because a lot of people are asking about how our solar system's doing now that we've had it for a little over 2 years. So there it is right behind me. I want to make sure to get it in the picture. So here's the breaker box just for the solar system. There's the solar system. That's obviously just our breakers for the house. And then we have two additional meters. I think you can see those. One is tracking everything that comes in from the solar. And then the second one, I'm missing it, the second one is just tracking in anything additional that we be pulling from the grid. So now I'm going to step outside and then talk a little bit more about the different systems, because I know it's going to confuse a couple people. A lot of times I noticed when I talked about installing the solar system, I was getting some questions that were a little basic, which tells me some of the people didn't understand the three different types. So we're just going to go over that real quickly so that we can talk about what we have afterwards and how it's going. So for anyone that's new to the channel, my name is Corey. My wife's name is Raquel. We live over here in the Philippines. This is our house behind us. Okay, so real quick, I just wanted to get into the three different types of solar systems. I'm going to make this brief because I'm not a solar expert and it's not why I'm making the video. However, I noticed on each of the last solar videos I did, a lot of people were asking me some basic questions and they didn't quite understand them. So point being is there's three types of solar systems that are commonly used anyway. So number one is going to be your on-grid. So you have an inverter like we do. You have a line coming in from the electrical company. And then when you have sun, you're taking your electricity from your solar panels. If you don't have any sun, for example, like in the middle of the night, then you would be pulling from the grid or the power company. So then your bill is hopefully very small, if that makes sense. Then you have an off-grid system, which isn't very common. It's more for people that are up in the mountains, completely off the grid. They're not even near power lines or anything. Solar panels are then charging batteries all day, and then they're running off of them at night, if that makes sense. Now, you also have a hybrid system. Not nearly as common because of the cost. So unfortunately, the hybrid system costs the most out of the three because you can have batteries and hook up to the grid. So what's going to happen is if you have a brownout or in the middle of the night, you're going to then pull from your batteries. So a lot of people just assume all solar systems have batteries. Majority of them don't. Majority of them are actually on grid. This is an all organic solar powered T-type puppy. They're very rare. Very rare. This one is broken. It doesn't really seem to work very well, but either way, we like it. T-Ty, hey, Beauty, get out of the way. Okay, so before I go into how our system is going, I just want to say what we have. We have a 5,000 watt or 5 kilowatt on-grid solar system. So that's what we have, just so people don't ask questions about off-grid or hybrid, because that's not what we're currently running. At the time, that's what made the most amount of sense to me. I like the idea of going with a hybrid, but unfortunately we were building this in the height of the pandemic. So batteries were outrageous back then. They couldn't ship them, they couldn't get them. The ROI or the return on investment just didn't make any sense for me to buy it. As much as I did like it, it's, you know, the ideal system is definitely the most convenient to have. However, I was able to get the 5 kilowatt system. It's actually a 6 kilowatt inverter. Sorry, I only have 5,000 watt of panels up on the roof. But adding the batteries with the hybrid inverter would have raised my cost from $6,000 total installed to $15,000 to $16,000. So the return on investment would have gone from like 4 years for the solar system to pay for itself, and then it would have jumped up to 10, 12, 13 years. We were also somewhat guessing because we had just moved into the house and we were just getting all of our appliances. So as far as having good electric cost, we didn't have years of data to actually say. So it was a pretty good guess, but either way, to me, spending that much money, having the system pay for itself over a 12-year period, and by then I'm going to have to replace the batteries anyways because batteries only last so long, that just didn't make a lot of sense to me. So I didn't want to buy that at the time. We may add on batteries in the future because for anyone that doesn't know, batteries have come down a lot in the last 2+ years. I mean, they're almost half the price. So now it would make more sense to add them. But at the time, it just wasn't cost efficient. I believe everyone is very happy with these cat trees that I built because they're always sleeping on them, all of them. Well, it was at least 4 or 5 at a time sleeping out here. You're okay, Brown. Good job, buddy. Okay, ready?
Of course.
That wasn't exciting. No one's going to approve of that.
I'm distracted with numbers, guys. So my of course is not so. Of course.
Yeah, she loves numbers. I'm not going to get into it, but
I'm not gonna. Okay. Yeah.
she went to college for business, so I'll just leave it simple. She doesn't like to talk about herself. So she actually fills out a notebook on the solar system. So I mean, every hour, every 2 hours, she'll clock down what we're using, what we bought, what we pulled in. So then she'll track all those and then even put notes whether there was an AC on or the water pump was going, because like we're adding water to the pool right now and things like that. So anyways, which is a good quality, that I have a wife that actually, you know, does all this kind of stuff, that she enjoys it. She's not ever wasting money on anything. So
No, it's my like. I want to understand how much we get from solar, how much we get from the Eureka bill, how much we spend at night without solar. So you know, it makes sense. I get a rough idea or numbers how much we're really spending
right.
every day. So how much we getting, harvesting, and pulling from others. So
Yeah.
Okay.
So anyways, all right. So as far as the solar update goes, which, you know, this will be relatively brief because it's really not like a crazy exciting topic here, as much as I'd love to jump around and act all excited. We haven't had any problems with it other than the first month. Remember, it kept shutting down because of the hertz.
yeah, it was
A local business was welding, long story short, so they were using an excessive amount of power before it got to us. And the hertz was set incorrectly on the actual box. So our electrician or our solar guy came in and then he adjusted that. It took him a little while. He was here for like 2-3 hours trying to
Yeah.
watch the highs and lows, because the hertz here are considered dirty. I'm not an electrician, but either way, there's quite the fluctuation in them. So either way, he got it all right, and then we haven't had any problems since then. I mean, it's
Yeah.
never shutting down, so we've been very happy with it. But I mean, either way, we're not doing this video because we've had solar for 30 days or anything. So just in case you haven't watched us for a while, we've had solar for 2 years now. Technically, next month's bill will be 2 years, but I think everyone gets my point, where we've had it for 2 years now. So we can, you know, pretty accurately say and that we're being consistent in what we're using and what we're paying. And we're very happy with it. I mean, you look confused now.
No, I'm just thinking. Okay.
Okay, no, don't overthink. She keeps like starting new calculations. I'm like, honey, we're about to hit the record button. Don't get sidetracked. Well, I'm just curious that from 1 p.m. and then at 6 a.m. I'm like, hold on. People don't want to hear all that.
You don't need to explain. I just try. This is for me.
I know, no, I understand it's for you. I just get nervous when you track down pages of notes when we're about to hit record, because then I'm not sure where the conversation's going to go. It could take course, go in another direction.
Can help my curiosity about power, velocity, whatever, electric something, because we had that in high school. So
yeah, I mean, to keep it simple, you're happy with it, right? I mean.
oh yeah, I'm happy with it. It helps a lot in our electric bill every month.
Yeah. I mean, compared to, I talk to a lot of foreigners having a YouTube channel, and I know what these guys are spending because I talk to them, and I'll keep track. I actually have a whole spreadsheet on this. I'm not going to bore everyone with that, but I'm very happy with how it's going. I mean, again, we haven't had any problems with it at all. We're spending right now in between like $50 and maybe $60 a month on the high end. That would be USD, not peso, because then I'll confuse people, and then 2 years will go by and the exchange rate's different, and then they're questioning my math. So just keep it in USD. But I can comfortably say we're saving, let's say $120, $130 a month with the system that we have. And if I paid $6,000 total, and I'm saving, let's say, roughly $1,500 a year, the unit pays for itself in 4 years. We've already been here for 2. And everyone that I talk to, I mean, even her sister, which has a small place, her husband and her baby, they're not in like a big place, and their electric bill is always a lot more than ours. So she'll always like, what? How much is your bill? Because hers will be, in peso, 1 or 2,000 or 3,000 more than ours.
Yeah.
Yeah. And, we have a pretty good sized house. And the foreigners I know that live around here that have a house, let's say half our size, they're spending, $200 a month, some of them up to $300 a month.
Yeah, so what are we? We're thinking about net metering.
Yeah, so we've had, if anyone watched, this isn't a video from a while ago, but we had the 2 additional boxes installed so we could track exactly what we use pulling in and exactly what we get from the electric line, so then we can see if it makes sense to sell back for the net metering. So the net metering in our area was, what was it, 20,000?
Yeah, 20K.
That's peso, not USD. Don't get scared.
20K to process it. I think it's with all the metering, it's included to the.
Yeah.
So I
Yep.
don't want to deal with stress, so we just pay someone to deal with it. Mm-hmm. It's working at the.
And you do want to check your area, because I was talking to 2 guys, 2 foreigners at the gym like 2 weeks ago, and they spent over 50K to have the net metering done because they lived in Dumaguete and one was in like Darwin or something. So remember how there's a lot more steps? The electrician was telling us out here it's just very simple.
Yeah, in Dumaguete it's very complicated. You have to let like this one pay this.
Yeah, you got to go here, pay this, go here, pay that. I'm not going to get into that so I don't get in trouble, but there's a lot of payments that need to be made. We'll just leave it there. So for us, it's going to be, a lot simpler and cheaper. So it makes a lot of sense for us to do it based off of the height of our day that we're not using a lot of the power. It makes sense. Now, I also want to say that we have 2 additional 500 watt solar panels sitting there in my office that we haven't put on the roof yet. So we're going to add another 1,000 watts to our current system. So we're doing all this calculation off of what we have, because that's what we can base our data from. So we know that we're happy with it already. So if we add another 1,000 watts of solar panels up there, then we're just going to be even happier.
Yeah, so we'll see and track that if it's been installed, because this is actually my track is cloudy, so that's cloudy. So what's more on
Yeah.
it's sunny, so now it's cloudy, so it's just like not as.
Yeah, that's another big thing you got to take into consideration. We had our roof, I designed the roof angle for solar, so I know we're getting as much as we can, at least because of the roof angle. But being here in the Philippines, you have a summer season, which is like extra hot, and then you have your winter, which is the rainy season, and then it's cloudy and rainy a lot. So either way, we still have 22, 23 bills that we're going by. So it's not just like we're only calculating this off of the rainy season or the sunny season. This is an average through the months.
Yeah, I think it's more. We can harvest more during summer, which is good for net metering, because you're selling. We just don't know the exact amount where they gonna buy, what amount they buy from our solar, because it's always changing.
Yeah, we'll get that information from the electrician this week. I'll make sure to update it in a video soon, because I've heard multiple different amounts, so I don't know what they're technically going to give us back. I can guess, but I don't like guessing.
80%.
No, he was I was like 25%.
Less.
Yeah, I don't. Let's not get into that, because then people are gonna jump in. If you have net metering over here, which is then, let's say you're making, I'll keep it simple here. Let's say you're making 1,000 watts on your roof, and you're only using 100 watts. You have 900 extra, so therefore you're selling it back to the power company, or you're selling it down the electric line, so to speak. So during the height of the day, we're making a lot more than we're using. Now at night, we're running an air con and we're paying for it. Now it's an inverter, we're leaving it on the lowest setting, so it's really not costing much. But we know at night we're paying for that air conditioning. But then during the day, we don't run air con during the day.
You run aircon?
No. In the morning in the office before I work out.
Yeah.
Yeah. So up until like maybe 9 a.m., my air cons in the office is on. But the sun is up by then anyway. So, but either way, the point is that during the day when we're making the most amount of solar, we don't have any aircon on.
Yeah, but it makes sense. Like you can turn on your AC whole morning, honey, because even if you turn it on, we're still getting from the Rico like 3 watts a
Yeah.
day. So, you know, you
Kilowatts.
don't. Oh, kilowatts, but
Well, you
yeah.
keep saying watts. I'm like, well,
Yeah,
that's
3,000 watts.
That's not a lot.
So, you know, why not just be comfortable going it's cold and
Yeah, and it's also turned up higher than I would normally leave it on because you've been running these calculations.
yeah. So with this is
So.
with AC, we're getting from Noreco like 3.5 kilowatts when your AC is on. What's more if it's off?
Yep.
So
Yeah, and that's also, again, if you looked at my air conditioner setting right now, I'm not gonna go in there and show it to you, but it would be running at a higher amount than I normally am just because she's trying to track this data, so we wanna be on the safer side. Because it's on 2. It has speeds 1 through 5, it's on level 2. I normally leave it on 1.
yeah, I prefer like it's okay to turn that on.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because it's only like getting 3 kilowatts from the. So if you turn it off, then we're getting 1 kilowatts from the Noreco. So
Yeah, we'll see, because I think, like I said, I'll turn this on the normal level, and then we also have to factor in we're gonna add another 1,000 watts to the roof. So, I mean, either way, and then we're gonna end up selling back to the power company. So there's going to be initial savings in the future, but
yeah,
either way, let's say there's no additional savings, we don't do net metering, we don't add the solar panels, which we're going to, we're still very happy with this. I mean, our bill is very low every month compared to everyone around us, especially the foreigners, because they're using a lot more electricity than the Filipinos. But I mean, our Filipino friends locally are spending more on electricity than we are, so.
yeah. My parents like 8-9K.
Oh, really? Okay, so they're spending,
The other building is I don't know.
okay, so our parents are spending 150
Yeah,
plus a
then-
month. That's
Right.
without including their business, which that's probably,
I don't know the other building. Then separate my.
yeah, the other building has multiple refrigerators, so I'm curious. But anyways, all right, either way, yeah, we don't want to get too crazy with, you know, going into all this, but to keep it simple, I mean, like I said, we spend $6,000, we're saving over $100 a month. The system's gonna pay for itself in, 4 years, maybe a little more, maybe a little less. And we're only going to increase the savings by adding on the solar panels and the net metering, so yeah, we're very happy with it. We haven't had one problem other than the first month, like I said, with the fluctuation.
Yeah, so
and the
far
hertz.
it's been what, 2 years? Oh, 2
Yeah.
years.
Next month will be 2 years, so yeah, it's technically just
Oh,
shy.
we're here for 3 years already.
Yeah. Well, at least, you know what, that was the day I posted, I'm going by the video of when I posted the installing the solar. I don't know how long I posted that after we actually installed it.
Yeah, so we had it like months.
So, yeah, I mean, I'm going by the bills that I took pictures of and things like that, so. Anyways, but, yeah, that's our solar update. I know it's not an exciting video, but everyone was asking about it, and I want to be transparent and honest with everyone, because we spend very little here every month living, and a lot of people not question it, but say, well, how is it so cheap? And, well, if you don't have a mortgage and your house runs off of solar, and we even get a lot of our food here, I mean, it's cheap.
And Filipino eat small, so
Yeah, Filipinos do eat small.
I eat small.
Yep. Okay. All right. Well, thank you for watching, everyone. We'll be back to having more fun and exciting videos soon. So, but either way, we wanted to get this information out there. So,
Yeah, math numbers are like makes your brain like so so you need to be focused. That's why I'm very focused.
yeah, you're very focused on this, and I like my spreadsheets, and I'm focused on that. But doing a video showing spreadsheets and going over this, most people, they just want to know, is it worth it? Are you saving? Is it breaking a lot? That's it.
Of
We
course
haven't had to deal with anything, and
It's
we haven't
worth
had any issues with it. So,
Yeah.
all right, you good?
Time, of course.
Yep, me too. All right, thank you for watching.
Thank you guys for watching and good evening.
Mayong gabi.
Maayong gabi.
Oh, you don't have an accent.
Your accent is like maayong gabi. I don't know what happened to your tongue.
Mine's more elegant.
So how will you have to like your tongue? You have to open your throat in here when pronouncing.
Okay. All right. See you guys soon.